Against this right back, Charlie, definitely.
There's always just that active red back defending. I think it's like.
People deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. Hope everybody's doing well and safe. First things first, it's obviously Thursday, so I hope you've all moved that much closer to your goals, hopes, dreams, aspirations, and all of that stuff wherever you are at life. After that, or better yet, more importantly than that, hope you've all got your health and your loved ones also have their health physically, mentally, spiritually, all of that sort of stuff, man. So I'm happy to have you lot tuned in. Please get your questions in. It is a Q&A and whatnot. Get your questions in. Arsenal, it doesn't have to be Arsenal, it could be anything. We can't do this without you lot. And Twitch gang, you're my favorites, in it. So I thought, why not, man? One love, Jay. Man just going DG. It's catchy, innit? It's catchy, innit? Let's spin it one more time because I want to hear it. Here we go. Hey, excuse me, that's my song, in it. What's your name? Can I get your number, please? Well, you got a boyfriend? You don't let you have friends? Hey, they should let me perform this live, man. But anyways, on a serious note, we're back again, man. I hope you're well and safe. Big up you lot and whatnot, man. You early birds, get your questions in. Oh boy, it's peak. I can't answer nothing, people, really. Obviously, where Arsenal's concerned, and I'm sure you've all seen, we've beat Brentford 4-0 in a friendly. Probably, we can't get excited about beating a under strength Brentford side again. Fair play to us, though. Apparently, Cedric scored twice as well in that game, people. So we'll have to see what happens in that regards, man. We really will. But for what we can see, we might as well start off with one, two of the, what do you call these things? We might as well just read some of the media reports, people. I know I wanted to read this. So before you lot, you lot are moving a bit shy and that. So let me timestamps. Arteta warned about poor start the season. That's what it said. Whether it's the truth is another thing, people. But let me actually get that tab right back up for you guys and get straight into it. Where is it? Let's see what the hell this thing is saying, man. See what the hell this thing is saying. Here we have it. Man said, big up Cedric, shameless. I respect it. Always our best friends when they've scored. One love to everyone that's locked in, man. And I told you, there's a lot of Twitch content to come. A lot of my watch-alongs will be housed on Twitch as well, so make sure you're here. But quickly, before we get into everything, Arsenal board sent Mikel Arteta sack warning after disastrous start to the season. Okay, so I think I've been misled by this, people. I don't care what John Barnes has to say. I thought that, you see how it is there, people. Arsenal board sent, I thought we seen a Mazza. Let's actually go on this. Why Arsenal signed TT instead of Tariq Lamptey? Scrolling all the way down, as we know, the 22-year-old has signed on a 4-year deal with the option of a fifth for anything from 16 million euros all the way to 20. We know he's flexible and adaptable and all of those sort of things, people. The Athletic claimed that there was reservations over Lamptey's height and felt that he could be targeted by aerial crosses to the back post. Makes sense when you start Chambers, and the same thing happens against Gundogan or Tierney. The same thing happens with love to Tierney, and a lot of these guys, the same thing happens, people. It's absolutely shocking, but it is what it is in that regards, man. Love to see all of you lot are tuned in, man. Man said it gets better every time. One love for that. I appreciate that, man. And one love to Little Nitty, the guy who made it, man. So obviously, I know some of you lot are talented. If you're talented graphic designers and the rest of it, let me know, man. If anything, I don't know if I can offer you much, but you can say you've worked here and whatnot, and I'll give you a reference or whatever, man. Just like Little Nitty, we're using your thing. If that's your field of work and you need a reference or whatever, Just say you help a YouTuber, innit? So yeah, it is what it is. Arteta played a back three in that game, a one-off or permanent changes. MN, I want it to be. We need to be able to do it. I want us to be able to play. Listen, I'm a 4-3-3 man. I always say it 4-2-3-1 every day of the week. That's what I want to see, you know. But I think games clearly where we're gonna have less of the ball, where we need a bit more stability, where we might even need for different reasons a bit more balance with that grit and still with doing our thing. We need it. We should be able to play a back four and a back three. You know, there might be a game where we've beaten Chelsea playing a 3 and a 4, but we might say for argument's sake we're gonna match Thomas Tuchel. And for me, it just gives us another air of unpredictability because unless you're a prime Real Madrid, prime Barca, obviously you need principles, you need a way of doing things. But them teams there, when you've had the Messis and that, you can afford to say, you know what, 4-3-3 every day of the week, whatever happens, this is what we're doing. We're not that. Like I said, we need to have a principles and some stability, but I want us to be able to play a back three. So I don't want it as a one-off. And obviously, Arsenal get injuries every day of the week. So we need that ability to be able to, flex it. Obviously, if we have more centre-halves available, our midfielders are dropping like flies, we might need to do a thing. So why not, man? I'm all for it, people, really and truly. Sorry, what should I call it? Does Arteta stick with a back three or back four or a back five? For me personally, I want us to be able to do it because obviously there's different personnels. And obviously, when you've got ball playing centre halves, which I would imagine Saliba holding to a degree, but I would say for me, Saliba, Ben White, Gabriel, I want to be able to do that, people. I want to be able to do that. Again, there might be games we go with that. You go with Lokonga and Partey. It's a fighting thing. We just need to match them for every ball. So I want us to be able to do that. I'm not going to lie to you. I want 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 every day of the week. And for me, a system is, I think people get caught up on systems. A system is only as defensive or offensive as you make it and your manager. Never once do we say Chelsea are negative. Chelsea don't go forward, all of this, and they play back three. A lot of that used to be said, or it still is said with Arsenal. So there still should be, regardless of the formation, I'm not saying don't defend because you're going 4-3-3 or don't attack because you're going with three at the back. You need a freedom within a framework. The system should be different, but what we're doing shouldn't be too dissimilar. There should be a way of pressing. There should be certain movements we're making. So I want us to be able to do it. And obviously, when you're where we are as a squad, sometimes changing positions and doing things different, you can just get a little run of games going. And for me, I would have went into the Brentford with a 4-2-3-1. But at halftime, you look and go back to my watch along. I said, we need to change it to three at the back. And definitely against Chelsea and City, for me, you go three at the back. Just in terms of damage limitation and trying to just quickly find a fix of things. So for me, you need to be able to do both, innit? But it's about the manager's philosophy. You don't call Thomas Tuchel's side whether they've played a 4. I can't even remember last time they played a 4 or a 3. You don't call them negative. You don't call Pep Guardiola's back 3 negative. But you call out. You didn't even France. It didn't even bang for France in the Euros. But they tried it. It didn't bang, but they tried it. You never called that negative. You only call it negative when it's us because we can't play forward. The only problem now becomes, obviously, if you're going to play a back three, you notice I've said Gabriel, Saliba, and obviously Ben White, and that'll push Holding because they're the only ones you look at, and I'm probably doing Holding a favor, that you describe as being press resistant. Marie's good on the ball, but he's only good on the ball if you give him a million years. As you see, when our guys are pressed and there's no space, there's no bravery in these players to play difficult passes. They don't want it. You need to be able to play. You need to be able to play quickly. You still need movement from your front men. You still need a lot from your midfield. You need a lot on your fullbacks as well. And I don't know, obviously back three, TT's built for that. You've got Tierney on the left-hand side. Obviously, it means Tierney can now probably exclusively play left back. Obviously, the option of playing in a back three is still there, but we don't have to kind of stifle Tierney's game now. So I'm on it as well. I'm all on it, but it's mainly about the mentality and the philosophy from the manager for me. What do you think about Tyrese John Jules? Is he better than Balogun? Listen, I'm not here to say guys are better or worse because they're both good players. I do think Tyrese John Jules, personally, I think Tyrese John Jules is very underappreciated at this football club in comparison to some other young players. Like I said, I don't know how good he can be, but what I know is that lad has everything we want. He could score. Obviously, he hasn't really done it in the men's game, but he can score goals. He can score goals physically. He can hold up the ball and whatnot. He's got that something that Balogun's got in comparison to Eddie, but Eddie didn't have. And that's actually one thing that I think is sadly shagging him. Like I'm going to do the loan report, but I'm seeing it at Blackpool. I saw it at Lincoln. I could be wrong about Lincoln. He went somewhere else on loan. I definitely saw it. It might not have been Lincoln. I might be wassing it, but definitely Doncaster and Blackpool. His size is always going to go ahead against him. Unless you find a real team, like he's probably better off going on loan to Holland because people don't see the fact that Tyrese is a good, he dropped. He had a good game the other day for Blackpool where he dropped and got a couple of assists, if I remember correctly. He drops into the 10. But a lot of people don't see that because he's not that 5'7" guy that you think that they just see, you know what, he's tall. You're going to be a lamppost for me, mate. Stick it on his head, get the flick ons. That's what they're on. They're banging it to the guy's neck. But he's got the physicality, he needs to stay fit and have a good run with injuries. But I think he's going to have a good career. He can create. He's a bit like Lacazette in that regards. He likes to drop, create and things like that. He can link up, he can create, he can score goals. Him and Balogun, I love them. And I've said it before. I said Balogun, Tyrese and Eddie, I want them all to get a chance. But if only one of them makes it, that's potentially 60 million. They should all have been developed into 20 million pound players. And I think Tyrese probably is underappreciated. I think John Jules is a bad boy footballer. And obviously he's 2021 now. It's now kind of time to show that. The only question mark you can have over him in the men's game is he hasn't got a mad catalogue of goals, but the man's going to have a good career, whatever level. I think he's going to have a good career. And he's got a very good mentality as well. Doesn't think he's better than he is, always improving, always got hunger. And I'm happy to see he's actually been called up into the England under-21 setup as well, man. Big look for him. And we wish him all the best. So, yeah, make sure you're all following if you haven't hit that follow button, people. But, yeah, man. Appreciate you, CFC's finest. 1 second, people. It's getting hot. I was thinking, what's going on here? But the fanning isn't on. Let's get that fan on, bro. I know I'm a hot guy, but I don't want to be a hot guy. Hey, I don't want to get around there and hot guys. Hey, Stormzy, Tion Wayne. Hey, anyone who wants to do this rap tick, shout me. I'm on anything to get out the ends, man. Appreciate you, my guy. The Ajax manager looks decent as Arteta's replacement. Fair enough. Not really a question. Josh, I'm not really on Weghorst to replace Lacazette. I can't pronounce his name, but I'm not really with it. With TT in the right back role, what happens to Cedric and Ainsley Maitland-Niles? Well, ideally, I mean, what could happen in the ideal world is, Arteta sees Maitland-Niles as a midfield option. But what I would like to happen is, cool, TT's your first choice, Maitland's your second. You need to move on, Cedric, or something needs to happen in that regards. I would say them really. But you've got 3 men that can compete for one role, one spot. You need 2. So I would I'd hopefully like Ainsley Maitland-Niles and obviously TT to be the options. But yeah, man. He's rubbish, man. I can't lie to you. He's all right. He's tired, man. He's tired. I don't really rate, but it's not for me to really rate. What happens? Maitland-Niles / who do we say / Maitland-Niles / Cedric. And to be fair, Cedric Suarez has been linked with Fenerbahce. Allegedly, he's got no desire to leave Arsenal Football Club. And I mean, why would he? He's on a big deal. Big deal. You're not going to be in any rush to leave that now, are you? If we think about it logically. Fair play to the lad, though. Big up yourself, Bert, man. I rate Ainsley more than Cedric for the right back. So do I, but we might say, do you know what? 20-odd, late 20s, 4-year deal, second choice, innit? He's going to give you less noise than maybe a Ainsley Maitland-Niles, but I'm with you on that. I think Ainsley, he gives you everything because, again, obviously, we've spoken about him, but we hear that on the right hand side, Arteta wants someone to be narrow and go into central areas. You've got a man that wants to be a centre mid and a man that's played fullback on the right hand side and gives you a lot better for the man that he plays in front in comparison to historically Bellerin. So I would have thought he fits what you're trying to do. Now that's more so venturing into midfield. Now if TT is going to slot into a back 3, like you said, it gives you something. And also in a back 3, you could have TT, Gabriel, and obviously Ben White. Then you've pulled in your Maitland-Niles and whatnot. So there's a lot of flexibility. Personally, I like it to be Ainsley because, again, he fits in the right profile. 24 years of age. TT's 22. Tierney's also 24. They're all around, 18 to... where would I say, to about 23, 24-ish sort of region. So he ties in. So I'd like that. For me, I don't really know. And I don't know with Cedric as well because he's played but he might not play for the next 2 months, like happens, and then he's back in until the end of the season. It's a madness in that regards, really, man. You never quite know what's going on, man. You never really quite know exactly what's going on, but it is what it is in that regards, man. It is what it is. Next question. The only centre mids we'll have during the AFCON would be Xhaka, Sambi, and Ainsley. God forbid if any one of them gets injured, we're done. God knows why Arteta decided not to bring in a centre mid this window. Wish I knew, bro. Which one do you prefer? Smith Rowe and Odegaard, Rowe and Pepe, or Odegaard and Pepe? And why? Are you talking about on the wide, on the flanks, on the left and right specifically? I mean, I don't get that, man. If you're talking, I don't know, man. I'd say Odegaard and Smith Rowe because you need creativity in the middle of, in your team. And I think a lot has been said about, but both of them can play together, in my opinion. One doesn't have to play, but you can play both of them. So I'd say Smith Rowe and Odegaard. I think they link up quite well when they do. 10 and right wing. Smith Rowe because he's Haaland, and Pepe because he's a natural winger in it, and we don't have too many of them. Who would you replace Arteta with? I was having this discussion the other day. You can't attract a Conte, but you don't want to just get a bad manager. It's a tricky one. But I want at this moment in time, you might as well just tap up Sarri. Let me see if I can spell his name. Gasperini. Might as well try the old Gasperini, man. Just try it. Just try a thing, man. What's his first name? I'm trying to manager. Is he still at Atalanta? A 63-year-old, bro, just because he plays good football, man. Like, I'm just on that. I don't think he's the best out there and whatnot, but he plays fluid football, man. He's a disciple of he always pays homage to the Dutch and that. For me, I know he doesn't provide longevity at 63. He's probably over the hill as a gaffer, but for me, that's what we need, man. An experienced pair of hands. I think that's the guy, man. He might want to do it as well. Again, with respect to his age at 63, I don't know if you're going to get too many other opportunities. He has been at bigger clubs in his career. I'm not going to talk like I'm some experienced guy. I can tell you everything he's done at every job. But from what I've seen of him at Atalanta, it's one of the closest things I've seen in world football to what Arsene Wenger is doing in terms of attacking football. And I don't know, actually, I can't remember how long he's been there, but I'm sure he's been there the last couple of years. They've got through into the decent stages of the Champions League. And also, when you look at Atalanta, they always sign players from, with respect, nowhere, or players that aren't bigger profiles, and they're balling. They play good football and that. So, again, it doesn't necessarily correlate, but you can't really. I would take a chance, man, personally. And if nothing more, that experienced pair of hands might be able to set up the club, provided Kroenke and these lot fixed up. That might provide us with, the foundations might be better, so that you might be able to take a chance on a guy that's of Arteta's ilk, a novice and things, and the conditions might be better. And for obvious reasons, he might do a bit better. I don't know, man, but I would say Gasperini personally. I would say 110% Gasperini, man. That would be my pick. And I think he'd be good, man. The only thing is longevity. But I mean, he's 63. We've seen man managing into their 70s. I think he'll do well, man. But if not that, might as well just bring me a Sarri, man. Because at least Sarri, do you know what it is? As much as stubbornness can frustrate you, I really appreciate players or managers that stick to their principles. It's like, if things were going wrong, rightly or wrongly, Wenger is sticking to his sword of attacking football. Jose is doing his thing, whatever. Sarri's of that nature as well. And it's like, Arteta sticks to his guns, but it's mad defensive. But when I deep it, it's not really defensive. It's not really attacking. I don't know what it is. And I want to actually just be able to look at Arsenal and say, this is what my team is about. Like, it's been far too long now. Like Cedric, but when he makes stupid mistakes, it's hard to back him. They all make class mistakes, to be fair with you, but you're right, man. Arsenal made a mistake not going for Carlo after Emre. Sarri just joined Lazio this summer. I know, Ben. But so, make it happen, man. Do you think Arsenal could scumbag top 7 and creep into Listen, if the mentality was there, there's still 30-odd games. The world's your oyster. But the thing is, before you talk about other teams dropping points or taking points or injuries and things, we're going to defeat ourselves. We're not on this thing. So it's one of them. What has to happen with Martinelli this season? I know we are on bad form right now, but does he have to take his chance this year? He needs to be given opportunities, and you're right, he needs to take them, man. 63 hype. He's in his prime. He's in his prime in management. Fair play. Would be top at Arsenal. Yeah, man, I'm for that. Do you think Pepe plays better on the left? I think he plays equally as good as on either flank. But I do think with TT coming into the club, I would prefer to see Saka at this moment in time on the right-hand side than Pepe, personally. I think Pepe plays. I think I like him on the left because he's got less options. He has to keep it simpler. And our play is just central to the left-hand side. I think there's too many things going wrong with him on the right behind him. But yeah, man, he's probably better on the right. Chances are Conte would come if he's promised proper backing. I mean, he was on going Spurs. Something changed. But again, it's ifs. And that's the pet peeve of, if you're an Arsenal fan, that if word. If I'm completely honest. That magical if word. Who subscribed via Prime? Big up Ben Smith. I appreciate that, my guy. Shout out to Alex Preza as well for following. Shout out Ben as well. And next Ben. Shout out all the Bens. Is a rotational player for Arsenal, in my humble opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. Fair play. Conte isn't coming mid-season, so we may as well think about that next summer. If anything, might be too late. Conte wouldn't join mid-season because he can't buy in Jan. Why not? Spurs have a great project going on. Fair play. Let's be real. Conte would never come Arsenal because our owners could never promise enough backing, and the club's hierarchy is full of inexperience. Vinay and Edu simply not good enough, says Alex. Boy, you're not a happy bunny at all, I can tell, man. Salute, though. What else is there going on? They need to sign Madueke next season. Baller, shouldn't have left. What else are there? It seems it's a slow day where Arsenal are concerned as well. Nothing going on in the world of Arsenal. Let's see if there's anything. Nothing there. I mean, it's just a match report. What's the time? 3. Time is going slow today, man. Pepe is a decent player, but simply does not suit our system. What is our system? Cannot have a guy doing up skill school in a side that wants to dominate in all phases of possession. I think you can. There's examples of that. Don't think he loses the ball as much. If you look at the metrics, he actually loses the ball surprisingly less compared to some others. You know, do think he needs to score more, though, in terms of the inconsistency. Do you think the chances of getting an elite manager may be high, considering if Arteta gets sacked, KSC's BS of trusting Arteta with the high process of a couple of years goes to waste? No, I don't. Because again, like you lot, and well, we can all agree, bro. I do think these available managers that are, when you know who they are in the game, I think if Arsenal calls, they listen. I think they'll be attracted to it. But when you get past that, all the Disneyland stuff, and you get to the nuts and bolts, what you want me to do, where the club's currently at, where I think you need to improve, and what our mission is, that's where that's where Luis Enrique is like, nah, you know what, fuck that. Carlo, F that. Conte, F that. Do you get it? So until them things change, unless a miracle happen with Kroenke and he's on winning and being serious, there's an issue. Can you lot still hit? Hello? Mike made a weird noise there. That's it for me as well. When everyone is fit, the best three we have behind the striker is Smith Rowe on the... Oh, I don't know. I am on Odegaard and Smith Rowe in the team, and Saka it is, but I still think Pepe gives us that unpredictability. But that's probably the same thing I go with, Alex. So 100%. And that's and to go back to your question, Josh, let's just say for argument's sake, yeah, Conte comes in, yeah. Let's just say Conte comes in. Let's say new manager in it, because I don't want to. It's not gonna happen in it. But we bring in this new manager, right? He's gonna have to work with what he's got to a degree, but then you're gonna have to back him. What if he says, and I'm only using these two for a specific example. What if he says, I don't fancy Ben White, I don't fancy Ramsdale. That's 80 million. Now, other club gonna say, all right, cool, and then you're gonna have to grab a centre half and a mid and a keeper beyond the obvious and whatnot. So there must be something in them regards there. So It's a techie one. It's a very, very techie one. Techie one. Smith Rowe has to be on the left. Reminds me of a younger Grealish. I think that's. I know he looks like Kevin De Bruyne and keep trying to learn from him. But there's the Grealish thing. Off the left, through the 10, can play deeper. Can play all of them roles. I still don't understand how Vinay is still employed when he got scammed by a woman pretending to be a rep. I'd get fired from my job if that happened. I don't know. Did that happen? I don't know anything about that. My frustration with Pepe is that he's really quick, but when he gets the ball, he constantly slows play down. For me, there's a lot of factors. It's like he's clearly suited to counter-attacking football. I do think the right-hand side through the right back, through the midfield, it cripples him, but I just think he does too much. I think if these players flop, we are in trouble because our outlay on them has been so big. It'll be hard to have another summer like this if we finish 8th. Exactly. That's where when I look at someone like Ben White, I don't think he's a bad player, but I'm not gonna sit here and say, and I'm sure some of you might have said it, like we was rating Ben White. I've done a video on Ben White and things like that. But when we was talking about centre halves, no one was screaming Ben White. Goalkeeper, no one was screaming Ramsdale. Left back, no one was screaming Tavares. You know, Odegaard's a bit different, but that was a mixed concern one. Now, if you've got a plan, which again, if and plan, we already know how the if thing is with Arsenal fans. We already know how the plan word is. But if you've got a plan and you know how you're going to improve Odegaard, how he ties into trying to help us assist and score goals, the same trailer thought with the new signings in their position, they have half a chance. What I don't want to happen is we need to sign someone. Oh, you know what? Odegaard's 30 mil. We can get my man for 16 mil. Fair enough. Let's just buy Ben White. If you don't have a plan, these players are going to look like duds ASAP. Because already the Wolves are onto Ben White. You saw against Brentford, it was a Mazza that he was part of. So I don't know, man. Absolutely, it's a gazy one. It's a gazy one. Yeah, man. Like if we financially, I don't know. I don't even know if Emre was backed, but at the same time, we did have a decent summer. The summer, I'm sure the summer he left, I'm sure we had a decent summer. I don't think in the first year he got too much back in. Then in the second year he did, and then the club weren't really on it. That might happen with Arteta because I don't know, but I have to imagine Kroenke somehow the P's are there. Cool, Edu, you want these Arteta, you want these man, yeah? Edu and them contract guys, I think they've done their part. So it's on Arteta now. Now, obviously, the owner could say, "What do you mean? What do you want 100 million for? That ain't you're going on the duds." Edu could have obviously voiced some concerns as well. There could be multiple things, man. A lot of multiple things. But seriously, what if the new manager doesn't? That's the biggest thing for me. What if the new manager doesn't want to use the new players? You'd have to give him that luxury, rightly or wrongly. For me, anyways. One love to everybody locked in. Please make sure you're following and all those sort of things, people. In the Cat Yarabal Cup, should Arteta play his strongest team for a decent run or focus on getting the league? You know what? Find balance, play the strongest team you have available to you, and obviously give some opportunities. I would say more so, I want the FA Cup. I want the FA Cup coming home. I can't sit here and cap. What's Dangote up to these days? Wasn't he interested in taking over from Arsenal? No clue, man. It's probably just capping somewhere now. Again, we're getting Nigerian money, American money, Swedish money. What's the next? Qatar money. Bare money is not coming to this club every day. Someone new is linked. So until I see Sky Sports yellow bar, it's worse, man. And Dangote, you just got the vibe he was capping all along, anyways. What's your opinion on Gabriel? I really like his aerial play, but can be slow on the ball sometimes. That's harsh. I think he's good on the ball. I think he's a bit like a deer in the headlights. I think he's extremely raw, and that's why I need Arteta to be very hands-on with him. Yeah, because he's got potential, but it's one of them. If the potential is not realized, he's just gonna go through his whole career being that. He's aggressive. So, and like I said, balance. Because for years, for games, I told you, lot, he's got that Koscielny thing about him is that he likes to nip in and intercept. Now you're gonna give fouls away. If you remember Aston Villa at the Emirates, You know, he dived in and he got skinned. So again, I need Arteta to work with this guy and get them bits of you know, get them out of his place. Same goes if Saliba gets an opportunity, and the same trailer thought with Ben White, who's obviously a different sort of style-wise, a different sort of guy to Gabriel, but he's 23 as well. He's only played one season at the top level. He's had a good education under Bielsa, good with Graham Potter, you know, couple of loan spells at Peterborough, I'm sure, and Newport. Now he's got Arteta. And if I'm Ben White, I wonder how Ben White thinks, because I've played under Bielsa, who, you know, what Bielsa brings to the table. I'll be like, all right, cool. You know, I've worked under Graham Potter, and especially in that defensive unit. If I'm at some point, if I'm doing defensive drills at London Colin, I'm Ben White, and it's looking shaky, I'm gonna be like, bloody hell, man, Graham Potter didn't do that. What's going on there? So Arteta needs to make man believe in his system quickly, or it's not gonna work. Because that's the territory you're going into. When the players evidently don't really believe in what you're doing, you're gonna see it and feel it. Appreciate everybody locked in. Some interesting things being said. Bit rash at times. Daniel Eck, biggest capper, mad capper, man. DG, what's your opinion on Edu and Mikel both out? For me, both of them got to go, brother. They both got to go, you know. Both of them are not going to go at the same time. I think it will be Edu. I think if somebody's head's on the chopping block, um, Edu or Arteta. I think it will be Edu, because I just think the club have doubled down a bit more on Arteta. Um, and Arteta could say, listen, he's not doing his job. And when I look at Arteta, at least he can cling on to the FA Cup, and there's been glimpses. I'm not saying that to praise him. I'm just calling it as I see it. But I flip it now, and then I obviously look at Edu. What has he done? Yeah, you got a couple players off the wage bill and that in last January, but you should have done that in the summer, you know. You as a technical director, you should be on to the loan manager. Arteta, what's going on with Saliba? We spent I weren't here, but we've spent 28 million on him. There's potential there. What's going on? And he should be that same trailer thought. That's one thing that really I was happy about with Edu. He was like, I'm gonna be hands-on. I like to travel with the squad, feel part of it. I was thinking, all right, cool, we're gonna do a bit of that Bayern Munich thing. Like, you see, when you have them Bayern Munich guys talk about a lot of sporting decisions, I thought we was on something like that. We're clearly not. So for me, I'll listen. I think they both got to go in it. I hear it, you know. I hear the logic in maybe if you get an experienced technical director, he might veto some of what Arteta is doing and bring in better players, or you get a better manager, he might have got more out of the players. You know, both of you wanted Willian and it didn't bang, you know. It didn't bang at all. So there's an issue there. I think both need to go in it, because Arteta looks out of his depth. Initial promise is dried up. Edu, I don't know what you are about. Like, I don't know. What have you done of significance? Saying that, we have made some, you know, if these young players develop and 5 years from now we'll praise you. But right now, I'm not really sure, man. I'm not really sure what Edu's about. I just think, you know, I don't think you can afford to have a rookie manager that doesn't know what he wants. But I just feel when Arsenal are 8th, right? When we need to look for long-term replacements for the spine of this team, you've addressed it fair enough with Ramsdale. If Xhaka says I want to leave again, if Lacazette and Aubameyang leave, not that they've been in good form, what happens? I don't have faith that anybody's looking right now for that striker, you know. Even if Tierney says I want to bust out, who's just got targets of left backs immediately ready to step in, you know. We know we need a goalkeeper. Are we going to go for a number 1 or 2? That's down to Sounds funny. It's down to Ramsdale, isn't it? It's down to his ability to show, but does somebody know what we're doing? And obviously, at a time where we need to outsmart the market, I'm not criticizing any of these signings, because I think respectively, they're all decent. And we spent 100 odd mil. But when you look at them, could you have found a guy like Ramsdale that might not have been English, or could have been English, but lesser money? Did you have to spend 50 million on Ben White, who's played one season in the Premier League? I'm just being devil's advocate. Tavares, cool. Lokonga, cool. But do you get where I'm going? And again, I look at him. I don't think he's laid down his mark. You look at the Spurs gaffer, the minute he come in, he's bringing in some signings. And for me, I don't see it. When I thought Edu, obviously he's Brazilian, so I think South America. But I thought maybe we're gonna start, you know, patterning up emerging markets, maybe Africa, maybe South America, wherever sort of thing in footballing terms. And if not, obviously there's work permit issues, but let's just say us and some French team, there's this Brazilian guy, let's just call him Di Gino. He's mad sick. He can't get a work permit, so he goes to France and not us. I would have thought, all right, cool. He's got the drop on him. He knows about him. He's, you know, we didn't get him this time, but we're watching him. Let's just say DG Dino's a right back. All right, cool. I got this little right back to grab now. We don't need to spend on. Not that TT's the best. Let's go and grab my man. and then do it. I don't really see what he's bringing to the table. Like, I don't see, again, I can't see everything. I don't know. I have no doubt Edu's working mad hard. He's doing mad things, but I'm not seeing it. And I don't know, if you leave tomorrow, what's your legacy? Now, if these homegrown players develop, but what is your legacy? Because I'm looking at it as, you're a Kaya Jaripkin client. Cedric has signed a 4-year deal. William, but just the fact that he might have left, but just the fact that you lot was ready to commit 20 million in terms of wages to William, that screams incompetence. Then, it's these sort of things. And to be honest with you, I don't even think you need experience to know that some of these decisions we're making, both on the field for Arteta and off it, where Edu's concerned, have been terrible, like really and truly. So I think they both need to bounce, really. I think they're both out there depth. But if it came to it, I think, and again, because of the logic, it probably will be Arteta. But I just think Eddie will go before Arteta, personally. If you got Mariba, it would have been mad. It would have been mad because I would have had to have been shameless and be like, Mariba is not good then. Why is he going Spurs? He's not good then. You can't go from Barcelona to that. Why did no one grab him? Bit like Ndombele, you got to be shameless. And I can't lie, that Saar brother, now that you snaked it and went Spurs, I've got to be shameless. Is there any older players or player coming to the end of their contracts who you think Arsenal could look to pick up in the future? Difficult one, man. Not off the top of my head. Not a clue. It would have been my man, but Leipzig did the thing. DG, what has been your favorite trio in football? Can be past or present. Present, I don't think there is one. Well, at least I'm keen to see what Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi are on. I was a fan of MSN. Trio is a difficult one, man. I'd say MSN. I'd say MSN. Any front three Arsenal's ever put out there as well. That one was actually good. And you know what? When United were actually good, when you used to see Park Ji-sung, Rooney, Ronaldo, all of these guys, there was a time whoever they threw in the front three, they used to play some lovely football, some devastating counter-attacking football. So probably them. It's a difficult one. Trios, I'd really have to go back, man. I wouldn't say it's my favorite at all, but I swear there was SSS or something, Sterling, Suarez, and Sturridge. Like I said, it wouldn't be best, but it's up there, man. Trio's a difficult one, man. The experience. He had 11 years at Juventus. So listen, you've got contacts, you've got scouts there. You might be at Spurs and an ex-colleague at Juventus who's at Juventus or left Juventus, he might be like, have you seen this player? Have a look at him. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know for the contact books with Edu. Hope you're doing well and safe. DG, I'm going to share the article with you on Twitter about the Vinay case. Love, bro. That's a mazza. Who do you think can provide the most impact as our striker? Unpopular opinion, but I think it should be Lacazette. Offers so much more than Aubameyang and is younger. Think Laka can score more in our current system as well. I appreciate that, Jay. Fair enough. I think Lacazette's probably the better option at the moment. He's obviously he's based off last season, the link up play and things like that. I don't think he scores more than Aubameyang in any system purely because he hasn't done it before. I'll still persist with Aubameyang, but I get it. Lacazette's better for the link up play and all of these sort of things. This is something you may not have talked about a previous time, but if you don't mind a more general question, can I ask you how you became a Gooner? Was it a family thing or where you grew up or what? My dad's uncle took him to Highbury with his cousin in the 50s. My brother is named Liam after Brady, and the old man would often talk about seeing Charlie George score a late winner. Variety of reasons, really. Several reasons. Thierry Henry for me. Bit of family influences, but I've never been pressured to pick a team. You've got, sadly, there's Spurs in my family. There's Liverpool, obviously. A lot of black men, gravitate towards Liverpool, John Barnes and that. There's sadly Spurs. If I haven't said that, there's couple 1-2 Uniteds. Like my older cousin, like he's a United fan. So I just used to like like a little cousin in it. I used to antagonize him. So I've always just picked Arsenal. The Arsenal picked me, man. Like I remember seeing them on TV for the first time. I think they picked me, bro. Like, yeah, I guess school influences as well. Everyone was supporting Arsenal and doing their thing, but Arsenal's all I've known, bro. So yeah, man, I'd probably say that. I'd probably say cousin influences. I'd say cousins and friends. But I'd actually say myself. It was a decision I think I stumbled across myself, man. I can still remember when I decided, oh, I'm doing this Arsenal thing. And Arsenal finish above Spurs with Arteta in charge based off current. Listen, it's Spurs, innit? So I might have to say we always can, innit? But wait and see, man. Let's wait and see. You think Tierney is lacking confidence because his first 3 games has been below par? Maybe it's a bit of you have heard he's had a knock. You have he's probably a bit mentally fatigued, probably just going through a bad patch. And obviously, if you're going through a bad patch, you're gonna you're gonna lose confidence. Maybe he's lost confidence in his team and he knows I'm being hung out to dry, man. So yeah, man. What else are you lot saying? Good questions though. Keep them coming, man. You guys need a new striker. We do. What's your thoughts on Jamaica getting Antonio? Got the best striker in the world. So why not, man? Happy for it. See, that's it as well. Dino, Eto, Messi. But how many years ago is that, man? I'm starting to feel old in my 26 years. So yeah, man, it is what it is in that regards. What else you lot got to say? Have I missed out anything? No, I haven't missed out anything so far. One love to you lot. So when they're gonna show the highlights for this Brentford game as well, man. Tierney didn't have the best game yesterday either. He made a mistake for the first goal on a 2-0 loss, conceded 2 and 3 or so. FM later or no. We're gonna leave it. 26 is a baby. Listen, S, you are a baby. And I know I'm just saying what 26. When was it Etu, Messi and Ronaldinho? We're probably going what 07? You wasn't even out here, man. You got shagged, man. Pick United, and you still ain't got no glory. You pick United, then you don't know the league title when you won the titles and that. Oh my, I'm playing, man. Who's Arsenal's August Player of the Month? That's the hardest question. Oof. What about me as our top goal scorer? You don't even remember Van Persie, brother. I don't know, because I think Lukonga's been all right. I don't think it should be a bad man, but he's our top goal scorer. You know what? Leno had a good game against City, even though he conceded enough goals. Probably Gunnosaurus, bro. Be real with you. I'll give it Lukonga, For me, I'll give it Lukonga because I'm looking at him. I ain't really can't ask no more of you, innit? Like you did your thing, you did what you could, innit? Not that you've had the biggest case studies, but it's I don't know, man. I think Lukonga's been calm, but I don't think in my heart. I don't think there's one. I don't think there's one. I really don't. I don't think there's one in my heart. I think Tierney is not with it at all. A player that I know that plays for Arsenal has been saying he's been reckless and losing his head in training, and Arteta doesn't criticize him. I mean, I'm going to be wary of hearsay. With respect, Jay, I don't know you or your friend or if it's true or whatnot. And for me, I hope he is doing that. I would lose my head in training, much less the match with these. Look, I want to see a bit of that. So I don't know. I don't know if Arteta doesn't criticize him. I do think he has his favourites, but if someone's moving mad, they're moving mad, innit? Spoiled for choices, bro. For choices. Bro, who is the player of the month? I don't think there is one. I give it Lokonga, you're new and all of that, but I'm forced. Even with that, I don't think there is one. It's Gunnosaurus or it's probably the kit man or the photographer. At least you see some consistency with them, man. Smith Rowe's been okay as well, but it's forcing it. Like I can't for me, player of the month has been over this August period, and it doesn't always have to be a winning, but over this August period. you've been like, yo, man, are on it. I'm not really. I don't think anyone's been for me like like the team is here, your performance is up there. I don't think anyone's done that. If I'm real with you, like AM is saying, there can't be one. It's semi-shameless, isn't it? Like you can't. Like I said, the kit man or the photographers or something, man. Gotta be earpods, man. He ain't even wearing his earpods again. Kit man got Leno's kit wrong. That's deep because we wear the away. The keeper does wear the away shirt sometimes, but that shows his mentality. Love to hear that he creates that he cares at least. Do you know what it is with Tierney, man? Told you lot before, man. You hang around. You could have all the ambition in the world. You hang around people that don't. I'm not saying you're gonna become a bum, but you're gonna start doing bummy things. You hang around with a millionaire, you might not get £1,000,000, but your outlook on life is gonna change. You might get rich in other ways, spiritually and whatever. You might just improve, So I don't know, man. Teeny's just he's at that. He's lost the juice, man. Like Abami and Leno, they lost the juice. Teeny's looking like he's lost the juice. I hope it comes back. But it's like a superhero when you watch them. When you used to watch them TV shows, and you think, oh, and the villains take their superpowers. That's what you think. DG missing my opinions, bro. The world don't revolve around you. This ain't the S show. If I've missed it, I've missed it. Just for that, I'm not gonna thingy it. Don't know who you lot think this. What you lot think this is? Man, I'm saying even the kit man messed up. Thoughts on Cristiano Ronaldo in relation to what in general? I mean, he's a good footballer. Keen to see what he does in the Prem. Like I would just come off a live stream with Rance, and Rance was like he doesn't think he's gonna score 20 league goals, and I think he is because Ronaldo in it. But the things he said about the crosses and the service, I don't know, man. So yeah, man. I mean, Ronaldo's good. It's good for the league. It's not so much good for my FPL team because how the hell do I afford him? Somehow I've got to make it work, man. I need to get to a team where I've got Salah, Lukaku, and Ronaldo. If possible, I'm being a bit greedy, but can I throw Fernandez in there? Because I just want scumbags. I just want scumbags in this team, if I'm honest with you. I hear where he's coming from, but yeah, man. You think Bruno Fernandes stats take a nosedive with Ronaldo there? He might get bullied off penalties, but I don't know, man. Maybe. But I mean, he's a goal. You'd imagine if you're a goal scoring midfielder and you're a goal scoring striker and you're a team where if United were what United's supposed to be, I don't think anyone would have issues because I remember United teams. I don't know the statistics, but it felt like they had 25 strikers and everyone seemed to get their fair share of goals, man. Like, when they had the Berbatovs, the Rooneys, the Tevezes, everyone seemed to eat. Like everyone got their fair share if they wanted to grab a plate and get some food. So I don't really know, man. Do you think Cavani should free up the 7th shirt? Yeah. If I was Cavani, I'd try not to. Come on, man's not. Come on now, you can't just come and regulate my thing. Like, come on now. I hear you're Ronaldo, but you shouldn't have the 7 anyways. But I'm Cavani. You can't just come in and take my thing and whatever. At least for a season, you have to cool off with something else. But it's Ronaldo, innit? You should be freeing it up. Maybe in hindsight, this is why Jadon Sancho would never appear to be close to getting that 7 shirt. Maybe this Ronaldo thing was gonna happen. Was the wheels were put into motion way before. Ronaldo was my second team after Arsenal back in the days. Right, AM, you're under surveillance, but that's sounding real United there. Fami Cavani, I asked for a fat bonus to change numbers, Dreamland. I don't know how the Bruno Cristiano Ronaldo dynamic is going to work out. Not look too promising at Portugal. It hasn't. And for me, United already have problems with stability anyways. Like, I look at it, we already spoke. SU was there. We spoke about it. Pogba can play in a pivot. But what Pogba's going to give you in that pivot is great for the collective. You rob a bit of Pogba individually because, he's not really getting to be the free spirit and run up and down and do all of those sort of things. Obviously, if you play him off the left, you still got Bruno in the middle, in the fake sort of 3-row, 10-row. You got Ronaldo up front. It's a bit imbalanced because then you've got Fred, you've got McTominay, you've got Matic, you've got guys that can't build. So this is where I thought United were going to get either a 6 who can, break up play but can be a bit braver on the ball, or an 8 who's got a bit more discipline. So I'm keen to see how it all works out because it's not a FIFA thing. You've got to find balance, and it don't matter how good the players are. If they don't do the job, they're not going to win. And obviously, there's 30 odd games left, so they're going to have to be able to do it. this is where Ollie needs to show what he can do, really. You know, so or again, obviously, we could look, you could flip it on its head and say there's adaptability that United are in the champs, they're in the Prem. Obviously, there's 30 games in the Prem, FA Cup, and these things. There's plenty of games. There's injuries. There's different things you can go with. Greenwood can play all about the plays. But for me, I just think there's too many attackers. Like, it looks like Diallo has stayed. Again, I don't know why, but Diallo has stayed. He ain't gone out on loan. Martial is still there. Cavani is still there. Ronaldo is there. Fucking Rashford to come back, and that's gonna complicate the left. Obviously, there's pressure for places and whatnot, but it becomes gazy. So again, only a certain amount of individuals can play. So it's gonna be an interesting one, man. Very interesting one. But I don't know how United fit all them players in. And they're at there's no need to panic because they're at that watershed moment where Cavani probably is not going to be there past this season. Ronaldo isn't going to be there forever. I know he's got a 2-3 year deal sort of thing, but he's not going to be there forever. And there will be a moment of a changing of a guard where Ronaldo kind of leaves or Cavani leaves. And then in the ideal world, I can only bet on Greenwood in it. Like I like Rashford. Rashford would always be there, but Greenwood, I don't know for Martial. I've given up with Martial. I know for Greenwood in it. Like I know Greenwood's gonna be all right. Left wing, right wing, Cam up front, he's gonna be all right in it. So there's that. You even seen today, United are still trying to get Haaland and City and United are in for them. I don't know if it's was, but it's crazy. TEKWOOD says S. Takewood? What's that? I kill myself, man. Hey. I'm the funniest dude there ever was, man. I can't lie. Why didn't Arteta go for Pjanic or Umtiti for added quality and experience? The Pjanic loan, I'm here for it, innit? But I think Pjanic was a bit snooty. He's not on joining us, and that I see someone put up some comments. He's going Besiktas or something. Umtiti, I'll take it, but because it's the same logic. I'm not saying you, but we bring them. People say, "Oh, why are you saying in Barcelona? Umtiti injury and all of this." It's the same way. It's the same way. If we signed Maddison, I think everyone would be happy. But saying Pete, there's certain people that just want to moan. There's certain man that would sit there and girls that would sit there and say, Arsenal got no ambition going for Maddison. Then if we went for Maddison, they're saying, oh, how they overpaying 70-odd million for Maddison? It's crazy, man. Do you believe we are doing worse than Liverpool when they were struggling before the Klopp days? It's looking like such, innit? We're in uncharted territories in my life as an Arsenal fan. So, yeah. I had to, man. I had to, broski. I had to. It's all love, though, man. Who is your pick for Player of the Month? Nominees are Alonso, Antonio, Benrahma, Gray. Sorry, man said gay. Man said gay. Gray, Greenwood, and Dyer. Good names there, obviously. Mikel Antonio decided to play for the best country in the world, so it's got to be him, innit? Like, without a doubt. Got the Canio's record, big player, man. Best in the league. Like I said, best striker in the league. So I'll probably go Antonio. Don't know how Pogba's not been nominated, but fair play. I'd say Antonio for me still. Shout out my guy Greenwood. Gray, Gray must have saw my live stream and he's taking it personally because I thought him and Townsend, I think you lot were going to be two of the worst transfers you could have done this summer, and he started well. I ain't been watching Spurs' games apart from the ones that's on TV so far, but my Spurs brethren has said Dyer has been all right. Benrahma's been good. Alonso, he loves it, innit? Whenever a new manager comes in, he starts moving mad. Then he starts getting shit under the new manager. Then the next one comes in, he does his thing. Diallo has a 6-week injury, meaning his loan was cancelled. To be fair, he could have still patterned the loan and then still took part in his rehab at Arsenal, at United, because I know that's what happens with a lot of Arsenal players. Man grew up on Ronaldo, tape socks, and Mercurials. How old are you, man? Ronaldo was the innovative guy for that. Leave it. There was hella dons before that. But shout Ronaldo for that. The Mercurials, I hear it, though. Bruno is going to have to start picking up the ball in the hole. He should be able to do it at his age, but is he mature enough for that? Who are the top under 23 players you see being able to do well in the first team? I don't know, my guy. There's hella players, and 9 times out of 10, it's the one you don't rate. That is the one. Well, you said you got a Spurs. You said you got Arsenal, a friend that plays for Arsenal. Innit? You need to ask them, my guy. You know, I'm sure your friend could tell you better than me. But if I had to take a guess, I hate these sort of questions. I can't lie. Think of Mari Hutchinson when the time permits. I think Charlie Patino when the time permits, and I hope Miguel Aziz. Besiktas and Barcelona are in advanced talks for Pjanic. The agreement is now closed. Negotiations ongoing for personal terms / salary. Besiktas are trying and pushing. I've wanted Pjanic ever since his Lyon days, you know. Must be hella money laundering going on with them sort of transfers there, man, when he went from Juventus to Barca. Where was you before? 31, though. Sad way to go out. Where did you start your career? You was at Mets. Yeah, so what? I caught you at Lyon just before Mets. I remember this guy, man. I really wanted him. Lovely passing range. Used to be fantastic at set pieces. Crazy guy, man. How many players will score 10 plus goals? Arsenal players will score 10 plus goals in the league. Myth. One, if you're lucky. You watching JA later? By God's grace, if I don't fall asleep. True, they probably all rejected it still. They're acting, man. You lot are saying Antonio. You can't win as an Arsenal fan. Aye. Saka can score 5 goals. His name's still not Takewood. You know that's an easy point still. Like that's an easy point. No matter what Greenwood does, man, I was jumping on top of their friends doing some big things. If that's what you're gonna do, we don't discriminate. Disclaimer, don't cancel DG. But you know, if that's what you ban on, Red Devils and that, yeah. That's what Roy Keane was on, yeah. That's what you lot gone from Roy Keane and them man to that. Is that what Ronaldo's coming back to do? Yeah, could never be my goal. Messi forever, bro. You mad? Should be live streams where I'm not as serious, man. But I'll end up getting cancelled. How many goals / assists you reckon Smith Rowe and Saka get this season? Man, I'd love for both to get 7 in it. They should be targeting 10-10. That should be the ambition of any winger attacking player at minimum 10 goals, 10 assists in all comps. You know, obviously what happens. You know, for me, Saka, you got to score a bit more. I'm not asking you to do the Mo Salah thing. Smith Rowe, I'm not asking you to be Kevin, but you got the 7 and 10s. There's pressure now. You got to put in a shift. And I just feel both of them need to improve in the final third. More so Saka. Like Saka needs to learn to take corners as well, man. You can say whatever you want about Greenwood's a baller. You don't need to hate. I'm not hating on Saka or Greenwood. You know, I like Greenwood, but he's still taking wood. So you can say what you want. That's all that matters. Do you ever get the chance or have the desire to go to Arsenal games? Not anymore. Not right. Well, I don't have the desire right now to go to games. Like I was at the Chelsea one in pre-season and I said, "Allow it, fam. I'm not on this, man." Because what I'm seeing, I'm not on it. Like I'm not on it. Like I'm evidently seeing tomfoolery. Like you see clownness on the TV. But when you're at the games, yeah, and you can see evidently in man's face that they don't know what's going on. Certain people, it's like crabs in a barrel. People are just trying to save themselves. Everyone looks clueless. Gaffer looks clueless. It's like allow it, fam. Like I'm not really down for it. It's like the Chelsea game, and I could have went City away. It's like, what am I gonna drive with my brethren in the car, or get on a train to Manchester, or spend 90 quid to watch us at Chelsea, where you man are not gonna put in a desire. You're not gonna put in a performance. Forget that. Now, I know serious now. Ronaldo was at the drip, man. I know what you mean. Man. It's a bad thing. Saw an old video of you talking about Oliver Skip. Now he's starting on a regular for Spurs. I want to know how good you think he can be. Well, I do know a little bit about young footballers here and there. What can I say, man? Someone needs to sign, man. But I actually think he could be sold, man. I've changed my opinion on him. Like, quite basic, isn't it? Like, he's actually quite basic. I think he could have a Spurs career and be one of them. He could have a stable Premier League career. I don't know if I don't know if it's all gonna happen at Spurs though. A new gaffer might change things, but so far he started well, man. Could get better on the ball. Fair play. What's your best memory going to the Emirates? Many, bro. Just by being there. My best memory is actually nothing. Well, it is football matches, but I would say, like I've spoken about this before, man. Like a lot of things was going on in my personal life. Like I don't like the word depressed because nobody's ever, what's the word, man? Like diagnosed me with that. But for want of better words, that in it, nothing was going right. This wasn't the lowest I've been, but it was like that's the low barrier. That's Arsenal, what I'm about to talk about, and then that's that. If you want to, I told you a lot about Tottenham Marshes and whatnot, but when it was getting there, I didn't like, but I didn't even want to talk to no one, be friends with no one, like friends, family say you look like a different person. I felt different. The only time I felt like myself or felt like someone was being at the Emirates. I'll be real, like knowing I'm getting up and going there, walking with the Arsenal fans I don't even know to the stadium, talking with people around the ground. I used to go in an hour before, it just felt like hope. It felt like somewhere safe in it. It felt calm. So I would say and I would stay until you basically have to get kicked out after the game. So I would say them times there really would be my best memories in terms of actual football. Many, man. I'd say Liverpool. I swear that was a game. We just done a mad thing. I think Thingy scored. Ozil, Alexis, and Bellerin. There was a similar sort of game against United. I was also at the United game where Xhaka scored a mad goal. I'd say them really, man. Anytime when Alexis Sanchez was on fire, his debut, any Alexis Sanchez game. Boxing Day QPR a couple years ago with Alexis Sanchez. We had the yellow away shirt, whatever year that was. He missed a penalty, then scored a header. Giroud got sent off because Nida Manua tried to chat shit to him, and it looked like a headbutt from where I was, but I don't know. Plenty of memories, man. Plenty of memories. Chelsea, where Gallas scored the header. So I'd say that, man. Good question, Wesley Snipes. DG, when every defender we have is injury free, who you starting? Well, if it's four at the back, well, I don't know if you're talking about centre halves or whatever, but if it's four at the back, Tierney, TT, they pick themselves. Gabriel, Ben White, simple business. Back three, if it gets thrown in now, if we go to a back three, sorry, Gabriel, Ben White, I'll probably give it Holding, for now. If Saliba's not about, I'll give it him for now because I don't really want to use Marie there. Any shouts on most improved player by end of the season? Hopefully Aubameyang gets back to goal scoring. I would love it to be Balogun. Like you've gone from being a young player to you've established yourself. Hope it's Pepe. Actually, in fact, I hope it's. I'm gonna say Martinelli. In fact, nah. Most improved. It's difficult, man. Let me go with Ramsdale, just because nobody seems to rate him in it. So let me go with Ramsdale. What's your thoughts on Partey? You think he'll drastically improve the midfield when he returns? He's only going to be as good as the man next to him, but we do need the man back. If that answers your question, football's proper amazing, bro. I had to fly to the Emirates 3 times before I watched the first win. I big up the international fans for the commitment. Fucking hell, blood. Thoughts on Fabio Parisi? Do you think he's better than Edu as a director of football? Yeah, he's walked the walk. Edu don't even talk the talk. 100%. If he's not signing people that are Italian, he's signing people from an Italian league, or he's signing people that could be sold for a buck, bro. Brian Gill, if he turns into a madness, they're making peace. They're making peace. They brought in Romero. 100% he's better than him. Look at the sheer speed. Edu's been here how long now? The finances could be different, but come on, man. Lacazette's home debut versus Leicester 4-3. Giroud winner. Litty game. People. Thoughts on Leno, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, TT White, Gabriel, Tierney, Xhaka, Partey, Smith Rowe, Aubameyang, and Lacazette. It's a good team. Well, I assume it's 3 at the back. It's not the worst. I would prefer another midfielder, but we've got to use what we have in Granite. Fair play. So, yeah, man. Make sure you're following and subscribing on Twitch as well as YouTube, people. I'd say that, really. On paper, where does our squad rank and where does the manager rank? Well, the squad... Well, who's got a better squad than us? Pardon me. United, Leicester, Chelsea, City. I need to see the teams, man. I don't think Spurs have a better squad than us. Squad. Keyword squad. I don't think they have a better squad than us. Better individuals, but I don't think they actually have a better squad than us. I need to actually think about this, bro. But off the top of my head, as I said, Leicester, United, City, Liverpool, Chelsea. I need to see every team. Leicester, I keep saying the same thing. Now I can see the table in front of me. I'll give it Spurs. I'll give it Man City Spurs. I never give anything Spurs. Chelsea, Leicester, City, United. Again, keyword squad. I wouldn't say Villa, but you could say Villa. You could say Leeds. You could say Spurs. I wouldn't say any of them, but you could say that. But I would say with my heart, I only really believe. And again, it's not to say I back every player in this team. It's not to say anything, but keyword squad. I think United have a better squad. Obviously, they're weak in midfield, but you know they've got richer attacking options. Chelsea are way more all-rounded than us. Liverpool, again, they haven't got the biggest depth, but their squad, I'd rather their squad than us. Definitely rather City squad than us. I think Leicester have more of a squad than us. So I'd say they're the only ones that I believe in my heart. You could debatably say Leeds and I'd say Leeds and Villa maybe, but I would say that, man. You know, I don't really think Spurs have a better squad than us. I rate our defenders above theirs. I can't lie. Well, the 30 ones. I think if your name's not Ben White, Gabriel, Tierney, these sort of man. But then again, you think Spurs are not does. They've got Reguilon, who got savage when they played us. Nah, man, I don't think they got a better squad than us, bro. Nah, I don't think Spurs have a better squad than us. They sold, I don't know why. Well, they've still got Ndombele. They got Ryan Sessegnon, Skip, Lascelles, So Dyer, Winks. I'm not trying to disrespect anyone. Hoiberg, Romero, Ben Davis, Reguilon, Sanchez, Rodon, Tanganga. Nah, man. If someone says Spurs have a better squad than us, I'm not gonna cry. But squad, they've got better individuals. Like, of course, they've got Kane, they've got Son, they got Burge right there, here and there. They got Mora. Shout to Tanganga, but I don't really think they've got a better squad. Squad like whole 25 man. There's players I would trade, but I wouldn't take Spurs' squad over ours. I'll take all the other teams I said ahead of ours, if that makes sense. How long you been live for? I ain't got no notification. I don't know, man. They're doing you dirty, man. You get me? Squad is another thing. Again, Romero can be better than Ben White. It's not about who is better. Again, squad, squad, squad. Big up to everyone who is listening. Squad. It's not about better individuals. Of course, you go through half of the teams in the league, they've got better individuals. Squad, 25-man squad. Never learn for listen, Doug. T looks solid. I hope so. Villa, you could, but it's a madness. Spurs don't let these first 3 games fool you. Squad isn't worth anything since we don't even use our squad, right? Fact. Defense is tired, to be fair. I'll say we have the 7th. And even then, Arteta has to do a lot more, man. Because the very fact is you ain't got the worst squad, but you sit bottom of the table. What does that tell you? Like, surely that tells you you're underperforming. I don't know anything, man. Arsenal opinions. Look how caring I am, man. Always thinking about timestamps and stuff. Did you rank managers? Oh shit, I forgot the managers thing. What? I mean, Nuno, he ain't won a trophy for Spurs, but I mean, I've seen you implement something at Wolves, and I've seen you quickly try to do something at Spurs 3 games or not. So right now, Nuno's ahead of you, Arteta. You know, Nuno's better than you. Tuchel's better than you. Klopp's better than you. Pep's better than you. Potter's moving better than you. Rodgers is defo better than you. Rafa Benitez, listen, it's Rafa in it. Legacy merchant, get some of that. I don't know for the what for Bielsa's better than you. Yeah, probably that man there, man. Potentially even David Moyes as well. Eduardo, who? The striker? What Eduardo? There's hella Eduardo's, my bro. Man, boy, that man said Steve Bruce. Well, Spurs have made some decent signings. That's what you just heard me list their signings. But again, squad. I can only give you what I believe, bro. If I don't believe their squad is stronger than ours, I don't. Like, I don't know. I mean, if Ollie shows me he can get, if Ollie shows me he can get a lot out of that attacking stuff, because he ain't won a trophy. But at the same time, he got a Europa League final. He finished second. He overachieved with United getting second, in my opinion, and he showed some consistency. To be honest with you, he's showing better man management skills. He's actually okay defensively. There might be a bit of a mess. They make games harder than it needs to be, but when I look at a couple of their players, Pogba has shown glimpses of excelling. He's took Greenwood out of the firing line and then bust him back. So probably Oli as well. Throw him in there. Yeah, who are you speaking? Oh, the striker. Eduardo was a bad boy footballer. When Arsenal used to scout, we found a Brazilian in Croatia. If that doesn't tell you about scouting, that's it. Obviously, he was robbed by injuries. I'm not going to sit here and say he could have been the world's greatest striker, but I think he could have been a fairly good striker, man. Bro. As an Arsenal fan, I'm disgusted by your comment. In all my years as a football and Arsenal fan, I've never seen a coach tactically better than Arteta. And I think he's the best manager we ever have. Back him, trust the process. We can still do this. Emil Smith Rowe, get a life. Just get a life, bro. Please, man. Like, how are you here at 13 minutes past 4 p.m. UK time pretending to be Smith Rowe? Come on, man. You have to get our modded still. Yeah, man. Just moving mad. I don't know who you are, but you have to come out this thing, man. Like, it's too late, bro. Like, come on now, man. He can troll, but he's gone now, man. Like, go troll someone else's channel, bro. Like, you can troll you want, but I'm here for the thing, man. I'm here for proper conversation. What, Wally? Yannick Balassi, you're killing me, bro. Don't matter if he's gone, man. He's gone. He's gone. Big up from Florida. Big up all my Florida ones, man. Wait, what a guy, man. Maybe because it's too late in the day, my bullshit tolerance isn't as high as it normally is. I apologize. And Villa break into the top six, or will West Ham remain? It's down to them. They've signed the players. It's down to them. Obviously, Grealish is an L, losing that, but they've got the players to do it. I don't think they will, but they've got the players to do it in theory. It's the beauty of the Prem. Anyone could do anything within reason. Who knows, man? Who knows? What else have we got? There's nothing going on in the footballing world. Obviously, I feel a bit lost without transfer news and that, people. Like, feel a bit lost. Like, we've done so many transfers and it's a mad summer. The other day I was sat there, I was thinking about the summers that we had the Euros. We definitely had something else I'm missing out. You know, we had the transfers. It's been a long summer over here with you lot, and it's been appreciative to do that, man. One love to you lot. Thoughts on the pay and how he'll do in La Liga? I actually think he'll do all right in La Liga, if I'm honest with you, but I don't know how well he will do. And he's gonna, I don't think he can replace Messi for obvious reasons. I like him as a footballer. Who is more well known, Jordan or Messi? Oof. I mean, the Jordan brand is bigger than Messi, I think. Well, I have to go with Messi in my reality, but I don't know. I think that's one you'd have to just ask casuals that are not fans of either sport, basketball or football, and just say Jordan, Messi, and see what they're going about. DG, who's winning UCL? We're winning UCL. PSG, bro. Obviously, we've held on to Mbappe for at least a year. We'll probably lease him for free. But us, why not, man? This Twitch stuff saying. There's really nothing going on in this footballing world with Arsenal people. I want love to everyone who's subscribing on YouTube. I've just seen that thingy, man. I've just seen that we've hit 41k subs. I appreciate that, man. Without you lot, this thing can't go anywhere. We can almost only do better on from here. Do you think we will turn it around in the coming games, or is the shit show going to continue? Broski? I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know. For what these boys have shown me, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, Arsenal always good for a turnaround of games, but then I just look at the games and I look at them. Sorry, I look at the games we've got to come. I'm like, oh, you can't on paper say where you're picking up wins. Definitely where Arsenal isn't. You know, Norwich is not an easy game. Spurs ain't an easy game. I'm sure there's Brighton and Palace sprinkled in there. It's a madness, man. How much longer you think Arteta got? How long's a piece of string, man? How long's a piece of string? Honestly, I'm not too sure, but I still bet he doesn't make it through Christmas if this continues. He might not make it past October if this continues. Do you mind sharing somewhat your short and long-term YouTube goals, viewers, etc.? Well, the goal on Twitch is to get, what was it again? We're trying to get to 10,000 by the end of the year. Oh, sorry, I'm even so professional. 50k on YouTube. That's the goal, isn't it? Short, long term, that's the goal, isn't it? Like, and just keep getting better, keep getting bigger, and just keep getting better, innit? And keep upgrading. Simple as that. Man said DG a mercenary. I can be. I actually can be. Do you think Smith Rowe is close to getting a call up? I don't think so, but I think he's on the radar. But apart from that, it's going to take a lot. Appreciate that, C. Happy birthday to you once again as well, obviously. Hope you're enjoying that. Come, people, get a couple more questions, and you lot are drying up the ting, man. What's going on? What is going on, people? Oh, what's that? No, I had football yesterday. I'm not doing Power League today. When All or Nothing launches, I'm going to be crying first episode. Yep, and yep. I don't even want it to come out now. Man said this guy's talking points are tedious. So is unstrapping your girl's bra, man. Net, man. Fave music artists, it depends, man. Artists is different. There's a bunch of artists from a bunch of different countries, so I'm not even too sure, man. But I like a bit of everything still. Is there a better run of talent from 07 than 07, 09 Barca? I don't think you'd be able to find that. You doing the England watch along? Nah, allow me, man. I'm not trying to bore myself to death, man. Who do you think are dark horses for winning the Champions League? How can you really say anyone's a dark horse with Cristiano Ronaldo? But I just removed the Cristiano Ronaldo element. No one is saying United is going to win Champions League. So maybe them, Chelsea could. No one had Chelsea. I don't know, man. I'd have to really sit down and think. I'd say Real Madrid, Barca, just because their teams by their own standards are fucking shit. Like, maybe them. Do you think we are going to switch to a back three? And what would be your ideal one? I think we should switch to it at least until we get in better form. And I think we should be able to play 4-4 or a 3, as I said earlier. And what drops? I don't know what dropped, but nothing broke. I'll find out after this. But Gabriel, Ben White, probably holding Saliba long term. Let Tierney play left back. Good questions, though. I'm an Aussie, but on the UK thing, always drill, grime, and them thing there. So yeah, man. I mean, if it's the UK, depends. There's all different sorts of UK things in it, but like there's rap and then there's drill. Obviously, I listen to all that drill stuff. I can't cap, man, but it does get a bit tedious. It all sounds the same after a while, but yeah, man, I like the real rap. You know, the Rimsies, the Potter Papers. You know, there's Bear, man, Snap Capone, Tiny Boost, Young Tef, Rico Squeeze, Relly Ren, man can listen to bit like Slim and that, you know, Clue, Joe Black, anything that comes out of Peckham or Brixton, I'll be real. Back in the days, it was a G Money thing. Yeah, man, them sort of guys. They obviously you got the unknowns and the Digger D's and the KOs and the Billies and all of them guys there. I don't really listen to that. I listen to Stormzy, but like the Stormzy's and I like Dave, but Stormzy's, Dave's, you know, the mainstream kind of ones. I don't really listen to them sort of ones there. So yeah, man. If it's US, I'm still out here listening to all that Chicago stuff. You know, I don't know about the BDK stuff. It's 300, 600, all that stuff. We stay with that. G Herbo, shout to him. You know, anyone that again, it's all Chicago primarily. You know, I'm a big Pop Smoke fan. RIP. You know, you got everyone's listening to the Little Babies, the NBAs. You know, RIP King Von, all them sort of guys. Hey, UK Blade Brown as well. There's Bear, man. There's Bear. Like in the UK, I'm feeling them 10, 11 guys as well. Hella Nines, Nina, Scraps. Hey. Oh yeah. There's so many, man. We'll be here for time. We'll be here for time. Are the days of static number 10s over in this modern day pressing game? Yeah, they're robots now, or they're guys that can run, man. Moneybag, I don't mind him. I wouldn't say I know too much. Meeks as well, 100%. RIP Fredo. I don't be listening to Chip. I can't lie. He's sick and that, but I'm not gonna sit here and say I listen to Chip. It's back, you know, when he first broke through and he was doing his thing with Ice Kid and that. Them sort of man, Skeppy as well. I listen to Skep. Other than that, of course I know drum and bass, but I'm not drum and bass connoisseur. Man, I can't really tell you. No drum and bass guys. Right. PSG not winning would be a colossal failure. DG, how do you think Camavinga will do at Real Madrid? Well, probably, you know, again, I think in terms of quality, he will show it. But again, there's a lot to adapt to. Real Madrid fans are relentless. It's not about you being a good footballer. You've got to be a great footballer at Madrid. Your talent, you being one of the best young players in the world, is no longer relevant. You're an average player now at Madrid because everyone's meant to be that sort of thing. So if you're literally you got the same size, you got the same IQ score as Albert Einstein in your whole town, but then you go off to a next town and everyone else has got it, you know, the same as you. You're not that special anymore, are you? So there's that. Obviously, he's still an 18-year-old man, and players that are in their final peak have struggled at these clubs. So I think to give yourself half a chance, it makes sense to go. That being said, they're building something exciting, you know. They're linked with Haaland, they're linked with Mbappe, they're still linked with Pogba. They've still got some decent young Brazilian players as whatnot. They still, you know, gonna get some other guys, so it could be exciting. He looked like he was going PSG at one point, but that one day is gone. No. Man said Bugsy Malone. No. It's cool though, but no. Who's better, Arsenal Invincibles or Man United 99 Invincibles, man? I'm always gonna say that, bro. I can't say nothing else. Blanco, he's alright. Him low skill, them guys, they're alright, man. It might be, but I just can't listen to Chip, bro. Like it's one of them. You can tell me it's the hottest song ever, unless I'm in the Mandem's whip and they playing it. I'm not. Well, I'm not trying to be rude, because what can I tell you? But it's a myth, bro. It's a myth. We talk about specialized right backs, but don't you think a hybrid is exactly what we need, considering any left winger has a field day against us? People scream Max Aarons, but he's suspect defensively. Jay said the same thing. Max Aarons is we got suspect duns, but he's suspect. And I mean, I don't mind the hybrid role. Like, he needs to be. But again, for me, I think many Arsenal fans, it's not the hybrid role or the specialist thing that they're vexed about. It's the fact that we're tired of the Chambers and all the love dramas with the existing options until TT came in. And also, whether it's going to be a specialist or a hybrid, I think I speak for many logical Arsenal fans when, if you're a right back, whatever, can you be a right back? Like, you're good 1v1 or you have a competency of that. You pull out wide, you try and help attack, basic competencies with the position. I think these are the things that we haven't seen. So I think that's what we're missing, man. Oh, man. Bugsy has UK album of the year. I don't know, but no matter what, I know it's not an album, but it will not be better than Potter Paper's last project or Unknown Teas. That's what I know. All right, MT4 as well. Yeah, it's all fun. I mean, music is shaped in our realities, innit? It's only when I started. Obviously, man's always been on the funky house thing, and obviously my older cousins and older people around me, with the jungle and that and whatnot. It's all been there, but all that music, I had to like branch and see different realities of people to know about that. Because for me, it's just a rap thing. You get it? Like, it's just that. Obviously, done. I love my dancehall and my soca as well. But yeah, we'll be here all day. DG, your top 5 players in the Emirates / Highbury era: Highbury, Tierney, Bergkamp, Vieira, Tony Adams. For me personally, I can't even cap, man. I'm gonna piss off people, but Ashley Cole, because he's one of my favorites. Yeah, man. Emirates era. Let me try and air it. I would say Santi Cazorla, one of my first ever YouTube vids. Now he gets the love. But he never got the love them times there. So I'd say Santi Cazorla. I know people will say what they want, but I mean, bro, this guy was a magician with a football. I cannot lie to you. Mesut Ozil's got to be there. Yeah, Ian Wright, 100%. How can I forget that? Ian Wright, flap him in there. There has to be 6. But Emirates era, as I said, Santi. I know people are going to have something to say, but Mesut Ozil, I think when you saw him, he was different with it. Alexis Sanchez needs no introduction. I know he's not striking right now, but Aubameyang, he's been one of the best Emirates era signings. I'd say Arshavin for me personally, but then you've got Cesc Fabregas, you've got Nasri, you've got Arshavin. So I'll leave that one there. You got to kind of throw Cesc into this thing as well. Cesc is up there, in fact, as well. There's no way Cesc can't not be there. So it's gonna have to be 6 or 7 or whatever the hell I said. Lehman, not for me. Prime Wilshere was certified. I know he's a proper pagan, but I love Van Persie apart from the snake in it, but nah, man. Because if I'm real with us, how many seasons did he do this thing? He was a good player for many years, and then in the last 2 odd years, that's when he really, really became a madman. So yeah, man, and that's why it kind of burnt that. The minute he's looking like he's certified, he snaked it and went United. Well, it's not even snaking it. I don't even think he snaked it because he said, "I'm trying to bust out." Like, Van Persie, I'm not even vexed that you went United. I'm vexed the club sold you to them. You handed that 20th title. That, you know what? Ferguson and Wenger were probably just eating dinner. He said, "Just give me him, man. Let's line something." So I'd probably say that, man. Man said Mustafi on Bants. Ramsey or Walcott? What, in the Emirates thing? They're both loyal servicemen, but nah, man. Cristiano was a loyal serviceman, but nah, not for me, man. I'm being a bit biased towards the attacking players, clearly, but like I said, for me, Ozil was a magician with a football. I can't lie to you. Some of the things I've seen him do, some of the, even without a football, crazy. Santi, crazy. Alexis Sanchez was electrifying. Like, the aura was different at the Emirates. Like, it's not even just a footballer thing now. He weren't just a baller. It's like when there was something different with my man. He was like a superhero sort of thing, really and truly. It must have been like seeing a prime Thierry. Obviously, I'm not saying the same, but a prime Henry, or when Ronaldo was doing his thing in his first spell at United, or Luis Suarez at Liverpool, or any sort of Hazard at Chelsea, any of these sort of things. Alexis was on that sort of thing. It was different. Even Payet at West Ham, it's like they're just different with it. Like, I can't like the true entertainment, man. Santi baller, Ozil electrifying, Alexis electrifying, Nasri Cess different. Arshavin, I've always got a soft spot for Arshavin. I can't lie to you because Arshavin, I don't know why, but he was a madman. Shout out, you know, they're not up there, but shout out Rosicky, Wilshere, Walcott, Ramsey. Shout out all them man there as well. There's a couple other exceptions as well. I think Nasri could have been in my one. Nasri was a baller. I think Nasri could have been I think he could have really been someone in football. Not that he wasn't, but I really think he could have had a serious career, like even more than he already had. I feel like Haleb was underrated. I think he got his juice, to be fair with you. Anything, I think he was slightly overrated. But that was one of my Arsenal unpopular opinions. You man got onto me. And he's a great player, but yeah, man. Yeah, you look, I have the Alexis tick. I don't buy the Alexis one. That didn't bang. I thought Alexis was gonna bang at United, but God took his powers. That's what he gets, man. At least Van Persie went for footballing reasons as well as finances. You knew Alexis weren't trying to do no football thing. Pussy or you. But yeah, people, I can't lie. We've been here for an hour and a half. I'm going to get out of here now. You know, I'm going to eat some food. And I'll see you lot tomorrow, man. I think I'm going to be live on Twitch tomorrow as well as YouTube. So make sure, you know, you're still following on Twitch and whatnot. Check out the schedule and there'll be no issues in that regards. Obviously, I've done a live stream on YouTube. Go and check that one out. And tomorrow, 11:30, I'll hit you lot up. You know, one love to you lot, man. You lot are always supporting the content. You've asked some great questions, you know, run little good bants and whatnot. On that note, though, I'm kicking.
He always was that active red man, defending. I think, like.